Order. We have a quorum. Hope everyone had a fine, long weekend. Probably working on our day jobs. Those of us that have them, still have them. All right, SB 10, that's Senator Goodman's, that's his little judicial adding a judge to his Alapaha circuit. SB 22, Senator Tillery has covered that. Senator Tillery, would you like to present? You just walk in here and flex your budget muscles and sit over there in the corner like you're on Senate Press or something. All right. Senate Bill 45, Chairman Watson. Actually, you got 45, 59, and 56. Let's just go ahead and do all three.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the committee, Senate Bill 45 is one of the recommendations that's come out of our Senate Study Committee on Farmland Preservation. We're wanting to allow, current law only allows one individual to own 2,000 acres of land. We're wanting to bump that up to 4,000 acres of land. So one individual can own 4,000 acres of land. There is no fiscal impact to that. Basically what's happening is if you own 2,000 acres of land, then you just put it in your spouse's name or your children's name. So you can have 2, 2, 2, and 2. But we want to raise that to 4 just because our farms are getting bigger. And that was one of the things that we found out, that landowners are being penalized for owning land unless they put it in their spouse's name or their children's name. Along with that, there is the SR 56. So you've got 45 as enabling legislation, and then SR 56 would be the constitutional amendment that goes with that language to put it before the voters.
Okay. Any questions? You two look like you got a question. Let's go. Senator Robertson.
Senator, what if you don't have a spouse or children?
You pay the regular land tax. You don't get the conservation use benefit.
You actually have to pay your tax.
So it's higher taxes or a wife?
Correct.
You just don't win, do you?
Both going to cost you money. So,
Thank you.
I bet for some, that's a tough decision. Some tougher than others. What if you're Mormon and you got multiple wives?
That's why we want to raise the limit.
Are they allowed to do that anymore?
Good question.
I don't guess they're allowed to do that anymore, are they? All right. Dumb question. Any other real questions? Hearing none. All right, 59. Whatever's next.
Yeah. That gets those two dealing with the 2,000 acre.
Yep.
The SB 59 is another recommendation that came out of our Senate Study Committee on Farmland Preservation. We found out that we have farmers that are partnering together that are not related. And obviously we're seeing a lot of that now with the changing in agriculture. So neighbors are partnering up with neighbors, and then they go down the road and they lease a farm from a third party. And we've got some tax assessors that are basically, that's against state law. So they're penalizing the landowner, and basically there's a breach of the covenant of the landowner, and the farmers are having to pay that penalty. We're just saying, hey, if two people are farmers, they form an LLC, they're both farming, they rent a farm, they're farming that farm, we're not going to penalize the landowner for that. That's what the bill does.
Any questions on that? Okay. It's good to see y'all study committee actually did stuff.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. We got a lot of good work done.
Okay. Any questions? Any other questions? Is that all of them?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Mr.
Good
Chairman.
job, good job. Senator Goodman, you had SB 10. I already covered it, but if you'd like to come back and beg at the feet of the committee, I think it would be wise. They can only tell you no for so long. Wear them down, baby.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. SB 10, adding a judge to the Alapaha Judicial Circuit. We haven't added a judge since 1979, and it's ranked the highest need in the state.
Now, is it a Alapaha or a Lapahall?
Alapaha.
There is no W. The W is invisible.
The W is invisible.
Not
and
silent.
that's W is
Invisible.
spelled D-U-B-Y-A. Did that get me on the list?
You know, as a linguist, I can appreciate that. All right. Did Senator Tillery? Oh, yeah. No, that wasn't really him. Okay. Senator Harbin.
Yes, sir.
SB 46. Government Serves the People Act.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
JISPA. Is that JISPA?
What's that?
Is it JISPA?
Just,
Is that your
I
bill?
guess that's how we could give it a name.
JISPA. Or is it Paul? It could be Paul if it's down in Lapahall area.
We'll keep it simple. Keep
Okay.
it simple.
All right, well, go ahead.
What this bill does is this: it's aimed at improving government services in Georgia by establishing a leadership structure and setting service standards. One of the problems with government is it has no bottom line to gear or to judge service. And what we are doing is using the GTA, Georgia Technology Authority, will be the lead on this. And then each of the underlying administrative will set somebody for their department, whether that's revenue or tax. And what they will do is establish a service standard. This could be done with how long do you have to wait on hold? How did your problem get solved? Would you hire this person in the public sector? Using technology to do that, it would facilitate improvements to service standards, develop a statewide service standard, and gather quantitative data that can be used to what we would call a best practices for each and every entity, and trying to make it where people will be served by their government from that standpoint.
All right, any questions? I got a question from Senator Enobatarte.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Senator Harbin, on that note, I mean, could we add school boards maybe to that bill? I mean, the people vote, but the government ignores them.
That would probably be a local level. I would not be opposed to a similar bill to address our schools. But what this is to address what happens when you call an institution, what happens when you call a department. Do they answer the phone? We asked this question in committee, how many state employees do we have? And it was about 70,000. How many of them are working remotely? What's the level of service? And what I see is that this is a way, in fact, this has actually been done at the federal level, and we had testimony in committee. Senator Barry Loudermilk's staff, senior staff came to us, and they talked about how it had improved services, especially for veterans, because they understood what was happening, and it was a way to measure that. And I think that's the issue. We don't have a measurement. We throw money at problems. This is a way that we can address problems. How long do you have to wait on hold? Do we have a callback system? And that would be what GTA would be responsible in creating.
Thank you, Senator. I appreciate you being the Georgia Doge.
We call it JISPA. JISPA.
This
What committee did this come out of?
came out of government oversight.
Who's chairing that committee?
The senator from the 16th.
Ah.
Government oversight.
I see. All right, you did this bill last year, didn't you?
Similar, except we came back this year and we used the GTA as the resource because they have the technology resources to do it and put it together for us and to kind of set it up. We have a lot better structure than we had last year.
And you renamed it too, right?
Yes, sir. We changed the
That
name.
might do it.
That might do it.
Maybe. It'll be up to the committee. Okay. Any other questions or statements? Or just something funny? All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Senator
sir.
from the 16th, Chairman of Government Oversight.
Yes, sir.
This wouldn't be used to filter out senators, would it?
Well, let me say this.
No,
to
the
you.
voters do that.
The voters do that. But
They do a
interesting
fine
is
job
this,
at it, too.
is you and I all have ways of getting to certain entities or places that our general public can't get to. But I
All
think
right,
that's the
as
part we
someone
need
who
to
just
do.
got cut
He's
off
gonna
on
get
the
rid of-
floor, I'm going to cut you off. All right, Senate Bill 64, Senator Dixon. Actually, I'll come back to you since you're on here, on the committee. You're not going anywhere. Senator Strickland, you're here. Let's do your 89, SB 89. I'll come back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Senate Bill 89, this is our tax credit bill looking at access to affordable child care. It creates a new tax credit for all families with children under the age of 7 in our state. It also expands to other tax credits, one where employers are offering child care for their workers, and the other existing tax credit that helps families offset cost of raising children. Good bill for the good people and children of the state.
We do love the children. Most of them. Senator Robertson?
Chairman Strickland, it's great to see you in here and
Good to see you as
not,
well.
not sitting in judiciary with a tip jar in front of you.
Yes, sir. I'll still take money, though.
Not right now, you won't.
That's right. Not right now, when this is over.
I think when an attorney says I'll take money, we all understand that already.
Sure.
What's the fiscal impact on this? I know you've done the work and got the fiscal note. Do you recall what the fiscal impact was?
Yeah, I don't have it with me. I want to say it was around 30 million, I think. We've got a fiscal note that I can have on the floor if you
Right, but
decide
you
to put on the floor.
think
But
it's
we have a
around
fiscal
30?
note. I think it was around 30. I may be off my number, though.
Maybe a little bit higher than
Maybe a little higher. Where is the chairman? I hear his voice. Well,
176 at the.
well, math,
$1 million.
Well, 30.
Is that million or billion?
What's the difference, you
Get
know?
these lawyers
Yeah.
in finance, I mean.
Oh, well, I guess my attempt to help you just fell through, but,
Yeah.
but thank you. Not 30, but somewhere between 100 and 100.
30, between
176.
30 million and 30 billion, somewhere in there.
Okay. Thank you, Senator.
Yes, sir. Definitely worth it.
These lawyers amaze me. They'll change an and an or, a comma and a bill, but we're 100 million off on our guesstimates.
What's the difference?
Okay.
Thank you,
All right,
Mr.
enough
Chairman,
of,
for
enough
letting
of
me on.
lawyers, I think. I don't think there's any more to speak. Oh, no, I got one more. All right, Senator Dixon.
Thank
Let's
you.
go with, you got a couple on here.
Yes, sir.
Three,
I'll
to be
start
exact.
with SB
Couple
64. This would prohibit the state or local governments buying drones or any type of technology equipment like computers or printers from companies that are owned by China.
China.
Even if they're purebred drones.
Communist China. Questions? I see some wheels turning. Okay. What you got next? Let's see. SB 112?
Yes, sir.
Go
This
for it.
has to do with warranties purchased by the manufacturer dealing with HVAC systems.
Yep.
This would do away with you having to register that item since they already have your information. You've paid for that warranty, and then it would also make it fully transferable.
Okay. I like that. We can do that on roofs.
Yeah.
All right. So SR 96. Still can't believe this hasn't been picked.
I'm shocked as well, Mr. Chairman. This would make May 1st Purebred Dog Day in honor of all those purebred dogs.
What day is it now? Do we know? Do we have a day for it now?
I believe it's been designated May 1st for past
Hot
several
dog
years,
day,
at least since
huh?
I've been in the Senate.
All right. Good luck with that one.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Hillary's still not here. SB 72 is my Hope for Georgia Patients Act, the HUGPA, as I'm calling it. HUGPA. Paul. Actually, it's from South Georgia. We call it HIGPAW. No, that's giving some relief on our doctors and facilities that do non-FDA, to allow them to do non-FDA treatments or medicines. Okay, Senator Robertson, SB 102.
Yes, sir. This is just to bring jurisdiction back to state law enforcement that current federal law enforcement have when it comes to the fighting of chickens in the state of Georgia.
Do we have a fiscal note on that?
Yes.
I mean, we're the only state that allows it.
No, sir. We're the only state that does not prohibit it for state law.
So we allow it.
The federal government prohibits it nationwide, so they have jurisdiction. But one thing is, these chickens, once they die, you cannot fry them and eat them. They are
Toast.
right. They're toast. They're roosters, and so they're not as tender as a good
Non-edible
fatty hen.
toast.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, no questions. Any questions? No questions. Senator Cowser, SR 23. Turpa. I like that.
Term of Congress. The Constitution.
Liturpa.
So, yeah, that.
Liturpa. Paul. Or, well, I guess Athens is just Pa.
Yeah, it's per up there, but I'm from Macon, so it's pa.
Pa. All right. All right, look, I've got instructions. We've got 4 ding-dings, and I'm only doing 4 bills, so I'm just going to make it easy. Tomorrow is going to be Senator Sam Watson Day. We're going to put on SB 45, SB 59, SR 56, and Strickland gets like a few minutes, SB 89. So that's, again, SB 45, SB 59, SB 89, and SR 56. I got a motion from Senator Alvers. I got a second from Leader Gooch. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say nay. Motion passes unanimous. My voice is cracking. I think I'm going through puberty. I think, I don't know. Who knew I could read that well? I did. Well, everybody except for Senator from the 53rd. All right, that's it. Motion passes unanimous. We got 4 bills on the floor tomorrow. Get to your committees. Get those department bills moving. We've done a good job with that. Let's keep it up. And see y'all tomorrow. Meeting adjourned.